everybody, and welcome back to Maisie's Garden. I have a message for you. We're doing cards in the car. I'm going to do an oracle reading. These are the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck. Let's just see what comes out. I don't have any intentions for this reading. I will be starting another Zodiac series this week at some point. I'll start recording. Let me know in the comments what kind of reading you want. What kind of themes do you want? What kind of questions do you feel like you need answered, right? Just let me know in the comments below what kind of readings you'd like to see or what kind of topics you'd like to talk about, okay? With the Zodiac series. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're not doing well, I hope you figure out ways to be well again, even if it's just reaching out, talking to somebody, me, a trusted friend, a trusted family member, a therapist, somebody, anybody. Just take the first step, okay? I love you. All right. Spirit, what kind of message do we have today for the collective? Is there two there? There's two there. Let's get one more. Give me one more. Give me one more. No? You don't want to? Are you sure? One more? Okay, thank you. Alright. Let's put that back in there. By the way, you can get this deck on hayhouse.com. Okay? I love this deck. Love it so much. Alright, the two that popped out. We have Infinite Abundance. All right, abundance has been a huge theme recently. So I don't know if I'm talking to a collective that's working on their abundance, working to call in abundance, working on being abundant in some way, okay? Abundance is pouring into your life. Yeah, you are about to reap what you sow. You're about to, so be careful about, I'm also getting this, it's a warning too, be careful about the energy that you're putting out, be careful about what it is that you're working on and what it is that you're trying to bring in, okay? Because the way that said with the reap what you sow, when I heard that, that could go either way. If you're doing the right things and you're really working towards bettering your life, bettering your circumstances, and leveling up in some way, you're about to reach those milestones that you're looking for, okay? Or at least they're going to start rolling in. But if you haven't been working on what you're supposed to be working on, if you haven't been doing what you're supposed to be doing, if you've been putting bad energy out there, treating people like crap, undermining things, taking shortcuts, scamming, whatever, all right, manipulating, just not doing things in what would uphold your character and with integrity and dignity, then you're going to reap what you sow. You can be abundant in shit. Okay, you can be abundant in problems. You can be abundant in negative energy. All right, abundance, it's not just in a positive way, though. That's what a lot of people tend to strive for, is to be abundant in good ways, but there's also abundance in bad ways. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of what you're doing. These guys are apple picking. So some people might be apple picking. That might be, or you just went apple picking. It is fall, so this is apple picking season. So, during the fall, you're going to see these, whatever it is that you've been working on come in. And mind you, if you haven't been working on what you need to, or you're not living appropriately, you're going to see the kickback from that, okay? And you're going to reap what you sow. So be careful, all right? Teamwork, I also just heard teamwork makes the dream work. All right, so be mindful about the people that you're working with, your coworkers, your family members, the people that you're doing something back and forth with every day, whether that's, cohabitating, your roommates, your family members, your immediate family and other, your coworkers, business partners, friendships, right? All of it. Okay, teamwork makes the dream work. All right. Also, this says in the flow. It says everything is smooth sailing. If you've been doing the work, hold on just one second. If you've been doing the work and you've been and you're catching some type of flow here, and things are about to start effortlessly start showing up in your life. All right. And what's meant to, especially in the wintertime, you see how we went from fall to winter? This whole last half of this year of 2025, things are really going to start taking shape in your life. And you're going to start seeing, the rewards, you're really going to start seeing them during wintertime, especially since this is like a Santa sleigh. It's kind of giving like sleigh rides. Maybe you will be going on a sleigh ride. That's kind of cool. But maybe around Christmas time, because that looks like a little Mrs. Claus. You know what I'm saying? You don't see Santa, but it's a little Mrs. Claus. So you might start reaping those rewards. You may start, during that time, you may start seeing things really start to come in from fall to winter. All right, I'm really getting October, November, December, and maybe the first half of January, but it's definitely going to start shifting and shaking before the new year, okay? And then I have Distant Thunder that came out last, and it says clear the air. That's what I'm saying. If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you better make peace and apologize and do what you gotta do to make peace now, because you will reap what you sow. And if you want to sow good things, you need to clear the air. If you want to bring in goodness and abundance in the way that it's positive for your life, you need to work on and fix whatever you broke, okay? There's definitely something that may have happened in the past, or you may feel very far removed from it, but still needs to be addressed, okay, with that clear the air. Distant Thunder. Yeah, there may be somebody that you're distant from, or something, again, that happened that you feel so far removed from now that you don't think that it is affecting your life still, and it is. It's still affecting your life. It's still blocking whatever this is. So you need to address this, whatever this is, whether this is something that happened in childhood, in your early 20s, in your 30s, you know, in the past in some way, and that you're like, oh, that can't still be affecting me because that was so long ago. Nope, it's still affecting you. The sound, I just heard reverberation. Like the sound is still reverberating within your soul. That's deep. All right, but it's still there. There's still stuff going on there that you need to address. All right. And kind of, even if it's stuff that just weighed heavy on your heart at one time, or, you know, bothered you or whatever, admit that it bothered you and then let it go so that you can be in the flow, so that there isn't any stagnation. There isn't anything blocking it because you're shoving it down and pretending that it's not there. That's not being in the flow. All right. Pretending like something didn't bother you, pretending like something didn't hurt you, or ignoring what has happened to you is a blockage, okay? It doesn't flow the energy. You aren't able to move through the emotions appropriately. So that needs to be addressed, okay? That's what I'm getting for you guys. I love you guys so very much. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon.